And we're still tracking the Lassen Fire that broke out this afternoon along Lassen and Meridian roads in Tehama County. Forward progress has since stopped. Action News Now reporter Margot Rowe has been out there all afternoon. Margot, the sky is looking pretty clear behind you. Anything new since 5?
Haley, we received an updated number on the amount of acreage burned. Now, the preliminary reports was about 40 acres have burned on this property, but after investigators walked the perimeter, 51 acres have burned in this fire and 60% is now contained. And the mop-up process has been pretty lengthy. I'm actually going to step behind the camera because there was 3 areas that fire crews were working on to make sure to mitigate any hot spots. It pretty much all the action has died down, but this over here was a burned barn with a lot of metal, automobile parts, tools, and tires. Lots of tires in this was creating a hot spot for crews to work on for probably about an hour or 2. Other areas on the property, if you look back here, were these cars back here that burned. There's about a dozen or so cars on this lot, and as well as crews were working on this pile of what appears to be trash in the area. Now, if you want to take a look at your screen here, this is what the firefight looked like earlier when I got to the scene. And there were several fire agencies working on this fire with Tehama Glen CAL FIRE and Butte Unit, the Tehama County Fire Department, and even a pre-positioned fire crew from Santa Cruz. Several dozers, water tenders, air tankers, and helicopters were all called in, but many have since been released. And CAL FIRE says a big factor in this fire that challenged crews was the wind.
Look at the whole fire perimeter right now. Was a wind driven. The wind's out of the south, pushed it to the north, threatened an additional structure out there in the distance, but crews were able to mitigate that risk to that structure.
And again, no homes were lost in this fire, but except the barn with all the materials, that was the only structure that was damaged and took up a big part of the mop-up process. And on top of the vegetation and the structure being burned, CAL FIRE wants to emphasize the importance of vegetation management and especially defensible space. This was the vegetation length next to that barn. Obviously, there's a number of factors contributing to this fire, but in terms of what sparked it, that is still being determined. Reporting live in Tehama County, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now.
All right, thank you, Margot. CAL FIRE says the property owners were home when the fire started and spoke with investigators to help contribute any information that might have led up to what caused it.